Hey guys, it's Ani. Happy Friday, happy weekend. I intend your day today is just going to be so super amazing. Doesn't matter what you're going through, doesn't matter what you've heard, what you've seen. It's going to go amazing because you're a creator. And that is what I want you to literally embed in that mind of yours, that super powerful mind of yours. Today's going to go amazing. This whole weekend is going to go amazing, productive. Everything's going to be beautiful, you guys. And I intend after you listen to this video, you have like those moments, those aha moments. I'm going to be talking about a success story a client sent in. And I'll give you a little backstory. This is actually one of my clients that when we started working together, she was like, Ani, I really want to be your success story. But, like my situation's kind of weird. It's not getting any better. I really am ready to see results. And her SP was the type, he wasn't showing up as his best version when we first started. He was showing up very like antsy, like whatever she would say, if she would express something, he would be super defensive, super like, no, you don't know, like, okay, stop being emotional, stop sharing your feelings, like very like not the best version of him, obviously. And it would make her feel uncomfortable to voice out anything because and I've been there before, and I'm sure a lot of you have too, where sometimes you're experiencing a version of someone that doesn't make you feel comfortable to voice out your needs, right? So we create them that way. And I'll tell you how we create them. Well, let me say it first so I don't forget. But it takes one thing, you guys. It takes one moment of you not being aware, let's say. So you're not, it always happens when we're not aware. Most of the time it happens when we're not aware of how powerful we are and that our thoughts create, and the way we see people continues to manifest. So it could be when you're unaware, you're not awakened, you don't know about law of attraction, law of assumption, you don't know that your thoughts create, and someone behaves in a certain way, right? Now, how you react to that matters, because if you take their behavior in and you start like, oh my God, like this is how this person is, this is who they are, this is a characteristic in them, guess what's going to happen? That characteristic builds in your head, in your assumption. It's an assumption now. It's a belief that this person is capable of talking this way to me. This person is capable of acting this way with me. And then it just stays. It stays like that in your mind until you understand that your thoughts create, right? So I know a lot of you are thinking, oh, I don't go around thinking, oh, my SP is going to treat me like this or that. I wasn't the one thinking that. It's not always you were thinking that. It's how did you react if they did behave in a certain way? Did you take it in like, oh, okay, all right, like weird, like don't talk to me in that tone or whatever? And then, because I used to do that, this client of mine did that. So many people have come to me, and when you reverse engineer the story, we see where it started from, right? So yeah, very not vulnerable, very defensive, SP, not the best version. And I'm just so happy, like it's her time and she's sending a success story. Like this is something she was intending for. This is something she always wanted, but she didn't always believe that she will see a better version of this person. She's told me that her SP now, after working together, she's even done my course. I remember there was a time where we didn't see each other. Maybe I was too booked up or whatever it was. But she even worked on my course, and like she just saw movement from there too. So I'm just so happy that when you guys invest in yourself, when you put your time and energy into a new perspective, a new way of being, a new way of thinking, a new way of assuming, you see results. So I will share her success story right now. I feel like, sorry guys, I feel like I just went into the video without really a big introduction, but let's go into it and I'll talk more about it and what you can do to also see results. And I was going to be like, okay, you guys remind me to share something, but I'll remember. All right, here it goes, you guys. So she sent in her email. It says, "Where do I start? Ani is such a joy to speak to, and I look forward to every session we have. It's like having a catch up with my friend, except she listens to me intently and finds my blocks to help me keep moving on up. I have had so much movement. My SP is conforming so much. I'm literally jumping every day for joy. Since coaching with Ani, my life really has been turned around for the better. She does what no other coach does. She gives us hope and she really understands what we're going through. I feel like a brand new person. Where I was stuck in my head thinking everything was hopeless before, using so many techniques that didn't work, Ani has helped me to see that there is light at the end of the tunnel. There are no coincidences. This is real," she wrote in capital letters. "This is real. Your thoughts create your reality. I'm so grateful to Ani, girl. I love you. Like, you're my sister, and I'm so excited to see what's going to happen next." Girl, I love you too. Thank you for sending this in. And if you guys are wondering, the success stories, like these success stories, they're emails from clients. Sometimes it's like after sessions, like sometimes people send in feedback or they just send a whole email to reception and then we get to read it as coaches. But okay, you guys. So one thing that, and by the way, girl, I am so proud of you if you're watching. I am so freaking proud of you. I am so proud of the person you have become. Your self-concept has leveled up like crazy. You are able to be open and vulnerable with your partner and get results. Like you're not afraid anymore of speaking your mind. You're not afraid anymore that this person will leave or abandon you, because everything has changed for the better. You are seeing, she told me that she has never really experienced this side of her SP before, which I love. There are infinite versions and infinite possibilities, you guys, with every person you're dealing with. So don't ever think that only if you've known only the version you've known is going to show up. Some people tell me, Ani, I have not experienced a great version of my SP. That's okay. That's okay if you haven't, because we're not basing what you're gonna create to what you have or haven't seen. That's the whole point of using your power of your subconscious mind and your imagination. That power and that imagination is there for situations like that, for situations where you haven't experienced what it is that you desire, but you can use this to experience it first. It all starts here first. It all starts in the imagination first. It all starts as a thought. It all starts as a how wonderful could it be type of thought. And then the more you play with that, then we play with it then in the 3D, which is the fun part. So what I want to tell you guys is a few tips. If you have your journal with you or write this down somewhere or whatever it is, like just make sure you are paying attention to these few things, because these are very important tips that really make a difference on your manifestations and also how you feel on your journey. So you really want to watch your anxiety levels throughout this time as you're manifesting. You really want to watch your triggers. And I mentioned this almost in every video because it's very important. when you are constantly in a state of being triggered, or when you're constantly worried about how am I going to get this? When is this going to happen? You are dominantly in a place of not having, obviously, and you're only creating more of that, which to some of you, that's been in the law of assumption, law of attraction game, very like elementary information. I get it, but you would be surprised how so many people do not pay attention to that. I catch it all the time. I catch it all the time in sessions with people that really, really have created a lot for themselves, a lot of success. And let's say we're working on something else, right? A different part of their life. They go into this lack state while they're talking, and they don't even realize they're doing it. How do you realize if you're doing it? You listen to the emotions within. I talk about this in last Friday's video, and I believe the video prior to that too. I talk about this in almost every one of my videos because it's super, super important to know these basics. When you feel off, that's not you trying to, that's not anything trying to go against you. When you feel off, your body's trying to tell you you're in a state of lack. Homie, you're in a state of lack. What we do as humans is we try to suppress that. We try to be like, no, I can't think this. I can't think this. I can't feel this, because if I think this, and if I feel this, oh my God, I'm going to create more of it, and I'm going to be like doomed forever. I can't create more of this. So stop. So that's suppressing now. Now you're suppressing. Not only are you thinking that way, but now you're suppressing it, which you're not really dealing with it. You're just kind of like, I don't want to think about you now. And then later it's going to be like, poof. Now you're going to think about me. And then you try to, no, I don't want to think about you. I'm scared of thinking about you. Poof. It's like the Jack in the Box thing. Dun, 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 dun. That's literally what it is. So don't be afraid of your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. Write this down. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. You are not the absorber of your thoughts. You're not, you almost have been trained to be an absorber, like almost like a sponge. Like you've been trained, just take in information, take it in, 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 take it in. Every single thing you guys listen to and watch, the songs, the movies, all that information is being stored in your subconscious mind. That's all like investment. Store. So do you really want to store all of that? No, you just want to store what you prefer to experience more of, right? The same goes with your thoughts. Like, do you want to store all the negativity, all the fear, all the lack? Or do you want to really be an intentional creator and pick and choose? Is the lighting okay, you guys? I hope the lighting's okay. Okay, so not that listening to me matters more than staring at me, but because the information is what's important. But so you really want to be aware of what thoughts are you really reeling in and making it personal. Because you may have 15,000 thoughts of fear in a day, and you may have 15,000 thoughts of abundance and success, right? You don't have to take all of it in. You can literally choose to, I identify as the successful person. I identify as a successful person that takes in these successful thoughts. I don't have to take in these negative thoughts. This is not a dumpster where we're just going to dump everything in. So first thing you need to be aware of is you don't need to absorb each and every thought. You may have 100,000 thoughts throughout the day. And I said this in my last video. People say it's like 60,000 thoughts. Apparently studies say it's 60,000 thoughts. I think you're more capable. Our potential as humans is way more than just 60,000 thoughts a day. You see kids that are so awakened, so in tuned. I'm sure you've seen it. Like, they only show it on like those those shows where like America's Got Talent or whatever, like Superstar, where it's like a 3-year-old kid speaking 7 different languages and like does like this crazy calculation in his head. That's not that's everyone's potential. Everyone has that potential. And because you are literally born to create your reality, you're born to take in information and process it intentionally. You can do it intentionally. But because we go on autopilot, because our lives are set up in such a way where it's very robotic, everything is super like click and you get it. Click, 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 you get it. So like, oh, you want to watch a movie, you click on Netflix, you get it. You want to call someone, you click the phone, you get it. Like, it's just like instant gratification and instant satisfaction. It's almost training your brain that if something doesn't happen immediately in this very millisecond, you're a failure. Don't fall for that. Do not fall for that. Your freaking DNA in your blood, in your whole body is so capable. All of you watching are gods and goddesses. You guys are super, super capable of anything you want. Anything you want. You just gotta knock down those limitations, limiting beliefs. So, just like how I was training my client, number 1, you're going to be intentional. You're going to be intentional with what goes in this beautiful mind of yours and what stays out. This is not always easy. You may have days where you feel like no good, no bueno. You may have days where you allow the negative thoughts to take over and that convince you that maybe you're going to be a failure, maybe it's not going to work out, maybe this person doesn't like you, maybe they never liked you, maybe they're off with someone else having a margarita somewhere. You may go through those thoughts. You're human. It's normal. How you react is different. We need to focus on how you're going to react, not what thoughts are going to happen. Don't worry about the thoughts that are going to happen. You worry about how you're going to react. Okay? And that's super important even in life. Whatever happens, don't worry like, oh my God, I created this. How did this happen to me? Oh my God, how did this happen to me? Don't worry about that so much as to how I'm going to react to it. I want you to embody this self-concept, each and every one of you. And obviously it's easier said than done, but I'm just saying this example so you understand. When you know you have power, you don't walk around talking about it. When you know you are it, you're the best, you know what you bring to the table, you don't go around walking, talking, worrying, asking people their opinion. Oh my God, am I this? Oh my God, am I that? Do you think I'm this? Do you think I'm that? Oh my God, do you like me? Do you not like me? Why don't you like me? You don't do that. When you know you bring it to the table, you walk into a room and you're just like, and it's not even conceited either. You just know that all eyes on me. I carry that energy. I carry that confidence, correct? A lot of you feel that way in every part of your life except in one. It could be in relationships, you don't feel that way, but you feel like that in all other areas. Or in money, you don't feel like the boss, but you do in all other areas. Everyone has something, right? I've coached thousands of people. Everyone has that one area where they know they're a star. Like, they bring it to the table. There's no question. Self-concept on point. But then there's this one area, or there's this one person that they cannot conquer mentally. And what do I mean by conquer mentally? I don't mean like manipulate them. I just mean mentally you fall to this lax state when it comes to that one thing, right? That is a conditional way of thinking. You are conditioning your thought process that I'm great in all these areas but one. And you think that's so true. I've heard so many people say this. I used to be this way. I used to be this way. And so many people say this to me too when we coach. Ani, but the reason I feel that way is not because I'm pretending or I'm imagining that. I've seen evidence of my SP not wanting me. I've seen evidence of my SP not choosing me. You know? Or I've seen evidence of not getting that raise or whatever, right? Doesn't matter what you've seen. It doesn't matter what you've seen. It doesn't matter what you've heard. Because that moment passed. This moment is a clean slate. This moment has nothing to do with the millisecond before it. How beautiful is that? That whatever, whoever created this, created us, whether it's God, whether it's the universe, whatever you want to call it, this force is giving us a brand new opportunity every millisecond. Every millisecond. Is there something smaller than millisecond? Even smaller than that. You are getting a brand new opportunity to create whatever it is that you want, because the second before didn't matter. The hour before didn't matter. The day before didn't matter. The week before didn't matter. But because we are trained to link everything together, the day before, the week before, the year before, 10 years before, we link it to this whole story. We create this whole long story of this happened, X, Y, Z happened, A, B, C, D, E, F, G happened. So H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P will happen. And if this didn't happen, that won't happen. No. You got it all wrong. All wrong. If this makes sense, comment down below. You guys, if I'm going like into different topics, it's because I'm not pre-planned, premeditated on the topic. I just, whatever's coming through, whatever I'm channeling, I'm saying it. And if it resonates, comment down below. So it doesn't matter what you've seen, what you've heard. The circumstances do not matter. It doesn't matter if negative thoughts come up. You do not have to absorb them. Okay? Next, I want to share something with you guys. The other day, I was playing poker. I love poker. I'm really good at it too. And someone came next to me. And I could tell, like, they're really, like, liking my energy. They're really liking, like, they can see that I'm lucky on the table. So I get that a lot, actually. I get a lot of people always coming by and asking me, like, how do you do it? How do you get the dealer to open your cards all the time? How do you do it so, like, the cards you shout out come out, whatever. So this person came by me, and this dealer was like, I guess the dealer was tired, and you could tell, like, their vibe was off. They didn't want to be there almost. They were dealing really bad hands, okay? And this person's like, oh my God, how can we, like, have this person leave and a new dealer come in? And I explained, I was like, can you see this person leaving and someone else coming in? They were like, yeah, but doesn't that person have like 20 minutes still left? Because all the dealers that come in, they're like there for 20 or 30 minutes. that person's like, oh, well, they just came. Why would they leave now? And I was like, all right, let's practice something. I was like, let's practice something. Let's imagine this dealer leaves and a different dealer comes in. Let's say this girl dealer leaves and a guy comes in, okay? And I was like, let's imagine that you look at me like, oh my God, the dealer changed before the time they had to leave, okay? He's like, okay, let's imagine. Okay. Literally, maybe 2 minutes later, that dealer tells her boss, I gotta go. I'm not feeling well. New dealer comes in. I'm sorry, she didn't say, I'm not feeling well. She said, I need to go on my break or something like that. Break or bathroom break, whatever. I didn't hear that part. I just heard a little bit because I was into the game. And then literally like 2 minutes later, a different dealer comes in and we look at each other. And then this person goes, all right, what was that? Like witchcraft that just happened. I was like, it's not witchcraft. It's all here. This is the same way I have my cards dealt the way I want. Try it. Literally try it. Try it right now while I'm here. And that person tried it a few times, and lo and behold, their cards were working. Now, the reason I shared this with you guys is because this person didn't need to fully believe me or whatever it is. They probably didn't even know what was happening. They probably thought it's wishful thinking, okay? You don't need to fully believe, oh my God, this is going to work out for me. But what you do need to do is, instead of investing that moment into, oh, what if this goes wrong? You need to invest that moment and that focus into, what if this goes my way? It's focus and it's an investment. I say this all the time. Your focus, your energy, your thoughts, your assumptions, it's a freaking investment. Invest wisely. Invest wisely, because these investments bring in results, change your life. These investments bring you a lot of money, a lot of abundance. These investments bring in your SP. These investments bring in lottery wins. These investments bring in jackpot wins. These investments bring in luxury vacations for free. So I want you guys to be super intentional. Please be super intentional. If you're anything like me, I used to be like this. So before, I knew what I had to do. I knew the information. I knew that I should be intentional throughout the day, but I wouldn't. Like, I would literally maybe do a few things here and there, but I wouldn't fully focus on it. I really want you guys to really fully focus on this. Change your life. Like, start practicing. Like, if you're gonna go on a vacation, practice. Like, okay, maybe you want to manifest an upgrade on the room. Maybe you want to stay in a suite for free. Maybe you want free like food credit for the whole stay. Practice. Intend that. Think about it. There's so many ways you can do it. There's you can affirm, you can script, you can imagine, you can meditate on it, you can visualize, you can do conversations on it, you can pretend you're talking to your wife, your husband, your friend, your coworker. Like, there's so many ways to do it, but you got to invest it. Like, that focus has to go towards something, not just autopilot. We're not doing anything on autopilot anymore, guys. If you agree, say amen under the comments, or say like, yes, agreed. We're not doing any autopilot living anymore, because autopilot living just brings you more autopilot living. autopilot living is very like, oh, something will happen and then I'll react to it. Something will happen and then I'll react to it. But that's not how it works. It has to happen in here. This happens first and then that happens. It first happens in your mind as a thought, then you see it with your eyes. What you see with your eyes is what was once from your thought. And it's super important. If you're looking at something with your eyes, we're not going to go super reactive on it. Because we still have this, and this can change what this sees going forward. Okay? Going back to what I was mentioning before. Another thing I want you to focus on if you're manifesting your SP or you're recreating a person or anything that has to do with another person, okay? Anything that has to do with another human being in your 3D reality. Keep this in mind because it's going to come in very helpful. It's going to be very helpful. What I was mentioning before in the beginning of the video is when most of you are now understanding your thoughts create, but you already knew your specific person before you knew thoughts create, maybe, right? That's how I was. That's how most people are, most of my clients. And there are some of you that are not, so it doesn't matter, but this is important. Most of you have dealt with that person prior to understanding that your thoughts create your reality. Okay? So what does that mean? You've already have created various thoughts, assumptions, and beliefs about this person. You already have a lot of characteristics in your mind. Like, you can pretty much explain that person to me or to anyone. That means you have a list of characteristics in your head about them. Okay? These characteristics may not all be desired characteristics. Like, for example, my SP, the info I was working with, the thoughts I was working with, because of the behaviors I saw prior to knowing that my thoughts create my reality, were player, possible cheater, work was more important, super busy, doesn't make me priority. All these things were there, and I was not changing them, and I wasn't choosing to see this in a different perspective because I didn't know that if I saw it in a different perspective, anything would change out there. So what usually happens when you don't know this information is you keep feeling, viewing, experiencing them like that on autopilot in your mind. They keep showing up that way. Now, don't worry about the whole, oh, but when they first show me that behavior, I wasn't thinking that. Some way, somehow, they manifested like that in your reality. Okay? And it could literally be thoughts from your previous relationship. That's also something too. I see a pattern all the time with people where it wasn't this SP they're working on, but an old SP. They're still bringing the trauma from that relationship into this one. And it's playing out the same way the old one did into this one. So you're carrying your head everywhere you go. You're carrying those thoughts everywhere you go. This is what needs to be fixed, right? So we're literally working with information from the time we didn't know we were powerful. Okay? Now that you know your thoughts create and characteristics of people in your head keep playing out, you want to start viewing these people differently because, first of all, we all know that verse, forgive them for they do not know what they do, right? Now, you don't have to be religious. That part doesn't matter. But this is a very true statement. Forgive them for they do not know what they do. in law of assumption terms, in my opinion, that means you know what they do internally. So forgive them because they're just reflecting what you are thinking of them. They are only the reflection. They are not doing this on purpose to you. No one wants to purposely hurt you in your reality unless you think they do, unless you think they're capable of. Now, there are some cases that are extreme, and we're not talking about those cases. We're talking about, you know what I mean. If it's like abuse or anything like that, those are valid reasons to stay safe and keep a distance. But for things like, oh, you think they're a cheater, you think they're a player, you think that they won't prioritize you, you think that you don't come first in their life, you're mostly basing that off of things you've seen from them. And again, we come back to that whole tip of stop basing your every moment going forward to what you've known of them. If you base everything on what you've known of them, you're going to create what you've known of them over and over and over again. And that's not what you want. You don't want what you've known. You want better. You want your desired version. Okay? Does this make sense, you guys? If this makes sense, comment down below. I want you guys to have a freaking amazing Friday, amazing weekend. Please use these tips. Do not absorb these thoughts. You may have 100,000 thoughts a day. You do not have to bring in every thought into your mind and sit on it. You don't have to. This is like, I pick what I desire. I pick what I want to identify with. That's the literal attitude I want you to have. You're going to pick the thoughts you want to identify with. Any thought that you don't want to identify with, you're not going to make that a personal issue. You're going to literally say, I don't identify with that thought. I'm sorry, subconscious. Move on to the next. Skip. What's the thing? Swipe left, whatever. Swipe left, swipe right, whatever. I don't have to take in every, oh my God, analogy. Okay, so if you're on a dating app, right? Do you have to click or choose? I don't even know, you guys. I don't even know how dating apps work. I'm so old school. Like, I'm not super old, but I'm super old school. Like, my soul is like, I don't know. My soul is like a 60-year-old. But when you're on any app, right? Do you pick everything that pops up? No, right? You're just like, no, swipe, swipe, swipe. Oh, this one looks good. Click. Do that with your thoughts. That's what you're going to do with your thoughts going forward. Okay? Oh, this one looks nice. This one looks hot. Click. That's the thought we're going to take in. Boom, boom, boom. Because that's what you identify with. That's what you want. You're not here to just think thoughts and struggle with the thoughts. That's not the point of your life. The point of your life is to intentionally take in and create. Intentionally take in and create, not just react. Oh, this happened. They said this to me. They treated me like this. This. React, react, react. That's not the point of your life either. So I intend y'all have an amazing, amazing, amazing weekend. And I intend these tips help you guys. If they do, comment down below. Just pay attention. Just pay attention. Even if you know this, you guys, I know some information. You may think, I already know this, right? But are you applying it? And be real with yourself. Are you applying it on a daily basis? Because I knew a lot of information too. I freaking read the whole Barnes and Noble bookstore, literally. Like, there's pretty much not a book on like psychology, law of assumption, law of attraction, philosophy, dating, relation. There's literally not a book that I haven't read. All that information was inside of me. I knew exactly what to do, when to do it, and I wouldn't do it. Because you almost get satisfaction from just listening to the info. You almost get the dopamine effect. You get that satisfaction, and then you don't apply it. So I don't want you to be like that. I want you to apply it. Okay? So if this video helped you guys, comment down below. I would love to hear what you've manifested so far, or what you are intending to manifest. Also, you guys, thank you so much to all of you that have purchased my courses and are sending in beautiful, beautiful, beautiful feedback. I appreciate you so much. I am so happy my courses are helping you. There's Manifest Your SP Now course. There's Remove the Third Party course. There's Manifest Money in Abundance now. So many people are getting so much more money from there. Links will be in the description box down below. If there is a course that you want and you go on the website, don't worry about the date and time. The earliest date and time you choose doesn't matter, because you're getting the course the day you purchase it. I say this in every video, but I feel like there's always confusion. The moment you purchase a course is the moment you get it. You don't have to wait for a specific date or time. So any date and time you see in the system, that's for our end. Also, you guys probably know, like, you know, the tea on TikTok, the whole like mascara tea. Some of you may know, some of you may not know. Now, whatever that was, right? I was like, you know what? Let me try this mascara. You guys, this mascara is so, like, I asked my SP, I literally was like, look at my eyelashes. Am I wearing like little extensions? Like, or are these mine? And SP was like, no, you're wearing extensions. I was like, nope, they're mine. Like, anyway, it was so off topic, but I just wanted to say, if you guys are interested, it's the telescopic lift one. But yeah, off topic. But I intend you guys have an amazing, amazing, amazing weekend. Enjoy your manifestation journey. You are brought here for a reason. Whatever is going on in your journey right now doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, I literally can write a book on circumstances. Like, you guys, I've coached like thousands of people. The circumstances that I've heard, and they've still become success stories. I've heard crazy circumstances. Like, it doesn't matter if your SP's 10,000 miles away. It doesn't matter if you haven't talked to them for 16 years. Like, literally, I'm going to leave it there. All right. I will see you in next Friday's video, you guys. I love you. Thank you for your beautiful comments. I will see you.